So today I figured that today was the day to talk about the whole situation with Element Punk and you know what's been going on with the book. Why has it been taking so long to come out? What am I doing? What's going on? How are things? What are my plans? What are my future plans for the book and everything else? So yeah, I just figured this would be the best time to talk about it. I wish I could have gotten like a camera or my camera up to do it. Really, I'm just using my phone. For the most part, I don't have an actual camera, or I do have a camera, but the quality is like 2006 potato quality, so I'm not going to include that. And my phone's acting weird. Maybe next time I'll do it, but this time I figured I'll just keep it simple with like a format that was sort of inspired by Omni on YouTube. Shout out Omni, lay it Omni. Shout out Omni, shout out him for the idea for this video format. The format of the fucking video. Obviously, you can tell this video is not scripted, but the format of the video. So shout out to him for the idea. Figured it'd be a lot easier just to kind of get my thoughts out while doing it this way. So here we go. So it really started after I wrote volume 2 of Element Punk. A lot of the troubles and trials and tribulations, so to speak, of writing that weren't really there, to be totally honest. Like, you know, writing the second book was actually pretty about as easy as it was when I wrote the first book. So I got through the whole process of writing the second book. I put it out, I believe, December. I think literally New Year's Eve. I swear, I think I put the book out New Year's Eve. I could be wrong on that, but I know I put the book out and just kind of let it linger in the wind. I didn't advertise it as much, which could be part of the reason why there's not a lot of people that know about the book. Terrible at fucking promotion. I need to get better at it. But yeah, so I put the book out, see how it went, and after a while, I was kind of just nervous because I actually started to get reviews for the first volume of Element Punk from like certain people, and they were telling me has a great idea, but the execution is a little flawed, and I understood that, and I kind of more or less agreed with them. So I would take the time to really, fix it and do better. But as time went, I wanted to learn how to become a better writer, so I listened to a lot of different channels, a lot of different websites, tips from a lot of different places to hone my writing skills. Help me become better as a writer and storyteller. So I spent a good while just doing that, trying to figure that all out. And you know, it worked out sort of. I definitely have a lot more skills to add to the table, but it's definitely taking its toll, so to speak, with just how long it took for me to kind of get confident enough that I can feel like I can put a lot of those lessons into play. But also there was something else that kind of took hold too, and it was mostly just doubt. Doubt was really starting to cloud my mind about how well and how successful that my first book series could do. Like obviously, I'm not expecting high numbers. I put the book out there. We'll see what I see what happens, so forth. That's kind of what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting my books to just fly off the shelf and something like New York best time seller or anything like that. I never expected anything like that. But you know, I didn't know really what to expect when I first put my book out. So it was kind of like, oh boy, I'm putting a book out. This is so awesome. This is dope. This is something I've always wanted to do. And then I do it, and it's like crickets, sort of. And again, that's why I say about the whole I wasn't promoting it well. So there was crickets, and then I also look back at like some of the writing for Volume One and Volume Two just to brush up and make sure everything's aligned for the next upcoming books. And I just noticed a lot of like grammatical errors, formatting errors, mistakes that really shouldn't have never left editing, but they did. And the funny part about it is, I actually looked over the book, and went back and edited it like at least twice. or twice or three different times over just to make sure that there was no problems whatsoever with the book. But it didn't change the fact that it was still there. Like, I could just look at the page and look at the formatting and look at this, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense for how it's formatted and how this is supposed to go here and this is supposed to go there, and how the dialogue is disconnected here, and why isn't this like a paragraph, and why isn't this quotation here, and why isn't this there. And I start picking up on it and realizing that there were a lot of mistakes that shouldn't have never even left the first like draft of the book, but yet they were still there despite me having checked it. So while that was all happening, the doubt started to in, like, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm thinking I'm so good, or maybe I just have this grand vision and stuff, and don't have the necessary means to execute it. So that's why I start reading up, trying to get better with my writing, taking tips, watching videos, watching channels, and just trying to do it. But then also comes the biggest thing: procrastination. Procrastination is really what caused Element Punk to slip year by year by year by year. It's the procrastination, Like I said, I also do tend to do other things, like provide content for this YouTube channel, and I also do music as a musician, as a rapper, singer. M. Supreme. I do music. I'm also on YouTube. But those things on top of like just trying to, lead my life the way I normally want to live my life, chilling, hanging with family, playing games, so forth, whatnot. And, it just tends to kind of like sort of slip the mind where I just become too fucking lazy to just want to put the work in, which should never be the case because it's such a different ball game compared to when I was in high school when I first wrote the first volume of Element Punk. It was like I was glad. It's almost like I started to dread trying to write the next book, which is crazy because writing volume 1 and 2, like I said, was pretty fucking easy. But that's how it was. It kind of just was very, very hard to really even try to get my mind into that mindset, so to speak, to put the pen to the paper or the words in the document to really start the process of volume 3 in the future. So procrastination really was a big factor, and as much as I tried to press it off, like, oh yeah, send all these posts and Twitter things saying, hey, don't worry, Element Punk's getting worked on, don't worry, yes. And to be fair, it was getting worked on. I'm never going to sit there and upfront say and lie and say it wasn't not getting worked on. It was definitely getting worked on. It was just taking a lot of time to get it all together. And there were days I couldn't even get a page of like content for Element Punk out. There were days where I could barely even get a page done, and I still have those days. But I also end up having new ideas for other books. Obviously, I can't really speak on those other books yet because they're for the future. I can't really talk about those ideas right now, but just know that despite all the procrastination and all the shit that was going on with the self-doubt and the procrastination and busy working on other things, I was thinking up new ideas that weren't particularly Element Punk the book related, but just related for me as a writer in terms of new ideas and where I could go, probably when Element Punk is done and I finished it off. So again, not like there wasn't anything going on. It's just it didn't really have anything to do with Element Punk, and Element Punk shouldn't have had to suffer a 3-4 year long period. I know I'm not even thinking about how much it is right now. It's crazy. But yeah, for how long it fucking took for volume 3 to come out. So yeah, that's kind of really been the whole fucking reason for what happened with that. A lot of procrastination, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of just trying to manage everything at the same time. Even now, still, I have issues trying to manage the music, the YouTube channel, the writing. I still have the issue with trying to manage all that and feeling like I'm doing too much and that something has to eventually take a back burner at some point. I'm not entirely sure what. It's really hard to really choose between those things because I love doing all of those things, and in moderation and in time, but yeah, it's a lot to put into words, it's a lot to do, and it's a lot to process, and a lot of things to fucking flip through and go to doing music and go and do and make a video and spend like a day and a half or a couple hours making a video, then have to spend the time to make some music, producing the music, engineering, mixing the music, make sure my vocals are correct, making sure that, and then when it comes to, making sure that everything else is good so that I can put it out. And that's not even talking about streaming yet, because that's somewhere down the line, hopefully. And then it comes with the writing, making sure that everything's properly done and correct. And I shouldn't stress that much on a draft, but 9 times out of 10, most of my drafts just end up becoming the final version, as if you can fucking tell if you ever owned a copy of my book, unfortunately. But, I am trying, and I'm learning, and I'm trying to get better with this as time goes. But, bear with me. I really am trying. And it's taking this long for me to really start to kind of buckle down with Element Punk Volume 3. But best believe that it will be coming out in 2021. There is not a damn thing in my mind that isn't saying that it isn't coming out in 2021. It is coming out in 2021. Whether or not it comes out in early 2021, I don't know. But it's definitely coming out in 2021. It was supposed to come out in 2020, this year. But, yeah, that didn't fucking happen. So, 2021, I'm going to at least say that much. 2021 will be the year that Element Punk Volume 3 comes out. And then for the foreseeable future, hopefully I'm more timely with my releases. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say on that note. Again, thank you guys for being patient with me, for the ones that are still here, the ones that actually care about my writing, the ones that care about the videos and things that I do on the channel. Thank you guys. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for sticking it out with me when I wasn't doing the best that I could have. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate everything. Like I said, this was a different format type of video. Shout out Omni, Blade Omni, that guy, that guy. Shout out Omni for the spark of the spark that I needed to kind of come up with the video format, because I didn't really just want like a still image to just be here while I talked, and I couldn't have my face up here because of the phone situation. So again, shout out Omni, check his channel out, and thank you guys again. Seriously, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.